What's happening, everybody? I'm Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays, and it's the Picks and Parlays Power Hour. We have got a ton of games to go through, college football as well as the NFL. I've got Jesse Shull, Sean Higgs, and Cameron Ross all on the show today. So let's get down to business. But before we get started, everyone needs to like and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. With me up first, I've got Jesse Shull. How's it going, Jesse?
Going great.
The Iceman is here, people. Okay, so we're talking La Tech at Clemson in this one. Clemson minus 34, big number, but not surprising. The total on this one is 54. What do you got going on here?
Tell you the truth, Allie, this is not my favorite game of the week. But, I think we all know that Clemson's going to win this game. And the question is, they're going to win it by how much? The minus 34, it doesn't interest me that much. I mean, it's probably going to come down to how long are they going to leave in their starters? How well is that offense going to play? And from what we've seen so far in 2 weeks, we never want to overreact to the first week. And even after week 2, coming into week 3, it's still overreaction is a common problem. But this Clemson offense has been struggling for longer than just the first 2 weeks. We saw what they did last year with DJ Uiagalelei. I don't know if I said that right. Maybe I should just call him DJ. But he's certainly no Trevor Lawrence, and he's no Deshaun Watson. So far this year, 441 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception on 67% passing. And that's in games against Georgia Tech and another game that they were supposed to win handily against Furman. A decent quarterback should have put up some pretty interesting numbers there. He didn't. In fact, I did bet on Clemson against Georgia Tech, and I thought I was quite fortunate to get the cover there. So as much as I think Clemson's offense struggles, I'm probably still not interested in taking Louisiana Tech to cover. I'm probably going to focus on the total and leaning towards the under 54. Even Will Shipley, the running back, only 110 yards, 2 touchdowns on 20 rushes through the first 2 weeks. The under is 22-6 in Clemson's last 28 in the month of September, and they've gone under in 6 straight non-conference games. Their offense just isn't that great, 41-7, 41-10, something like that.
All right. Yeah, that number, we see 56. It's down to a 54.5, but we've got 92% of the money on the over. So when that line is going the wrong way, counterproductive as to what the money is telling us to do, I like to go the other way. So under the 54 is going to be our play on this one. People at home, if you're looking for Jesse the Iceman Shull's premium plays, head over to picksandparlays.net and use that promo code NFL. It saves you 20% off the entire site, off whatever's in your cart at checkout. Also, let's not forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. All right, Jesse, up next, we are talking some Bengals and some Cowboys, 2 teams that are probably going in very different directions. We've got the Bengals minus 7.5. We know the Cowboys have lost Dak out 6 to 8 weeks with a thumb injury. This is big for them. I mean, this wasn't the best team ever to begin with, and now here they are with a huge hit right out of week 1. Total on this one's 41.5. Do we fade the injury report, or we just keep on trucking along with the Bengals?
Well, I certainly don't think we keep on trucking along with the Bengals. In their loss to Pittsburgh last week, their offensive line looked scary. Burrows threw 4 picks. He was sacked 7 times. And if you watch the Tampa-Dallas game, as bad as Dallas's offense looked, their defense looked great. The Bucs only they basically won that game with their kicker. They scored 4 field goals. Tom Brady threw for just 212 yards, a touchdown and a pick. That's a lot of points for a road favorite. The way they looked last week, and Cooper Rush will get the start for Dallas. I'm not going to sit here and talk up Cooper Rush, but let's not forget that last year he made a start in replacement of Dak Prescott, and they beat Minnesota 20-16 in Minnesota. He threw for 325 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Now they're getting 7.5 points at home. That defense does look pretty good. my recommendation for this game, because it is a later afternoon game, is after those guys get in on the early games, they're going to be looking for that afternoon game. They're probably going to be betting the Bengals, probably bet up that line. I think you can get as good as a 9 by game day. So yeah, I'm going to wait on that and look to take the Cowboys.
Yeah, maybe a lot of overreaction here because this line started at Bengals plus 2.5. Now we're seeing a minus 7.5 and 98% of the cash on the Bengals. I mean, I'm pretty sure Vegas doesn't want to pay out 98% of the bettors, and one thing I do a lot in the NBA is fade the injury report. Everyone thinks that this happened, and so now this must happen. Fading the injury report is sometimes the way to make some cash. So that's what we're going to roll with. People at home, if you want Jesse the Iceman Schul's premium plays, head over to picksandparlays.net and use that promo code NFL to save you 20% off whatever's in your cart at checkout. Also, let's like and subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. That's how we do it here. So we keep all this free content rolling your way. Thank you so much. Jesse, okay, edit that. Even though we're live, we're just going to all mentally edit it right now. Just like that. Okay. Jesse, thank you so much for stopping by the Power Hour. Wait, did you have one more?
Yeah, let's talk Monday Night Football.
Sorry, we went in a different order, viewers, and now my order that I have lined up is all out of order. So let's talk Vikings at the Eagles on this one. Eagles at a -2. The total is 50.5 here. Talk to me.
Well, a lot of people were high on the Eagles coming into the season, including myself. I did have bets on the Eagles to win the division and the Eagles over their team total. And they did look pretty good. One of the reasons everybody liked them, including myself, was their offensive line. And their offensive line looked solid. I mean, they ran for 181 yards and 3 touchdowns last week. Maybe that's not right, but they ran for a lot of yards and a lot of touchdowns. I think they actually had 4 touchdowns. Anyways, Jalen Hurts, though, his box score looked good. He was accurate. He didn't make too many mistakes. But watching the game, he was throwing the ball away and committing what looked to be intentional grounding penalties, and he was getting away with it a lot. And he didn't look really calm, cool, and collected. He looked like he was panicking under pressure. And I think that could come back to haunt them against a superior team. The Vikings, I think, are a little bit better than the Lions. Kirk Cousins, the guy throws for a ton of yards, ton of touchdowns. He's coming off statistically a great season. A lot of people don't like Kirk Cousins. And it's got more to do with, I think, politics and his off the field reasons why people don't like Kirk Cousins. He's 2-9 in his career in Monday Night Football games. That's something that a lot of people are aware of. What they're probably not aware of is he has better than 100 passer rating in 5 of those games, better than an 87 passer rating in all but 3 of those games. So the fact that his team has lost on Monday Night Football isn't an indication that he's actually played poorly in these primetime games. And now he's got weapons. He's got a new coach. His chemistry with Justin Jefferson looks good. 9 receptions, 184 yards, 2 touchdowns last week. Dalvin Cook's healthy. That Eagles defense let Detroit creep back into that game last week. I think they're going to have their hands full with the Vikings. I'm taking Minnesota.
All right. I'm the same. I'm high on this Minnesota team. I cashed on them week 1, first half and full game. I'm just into it. And I don't love Kirk Cousins. It's not that I don't like him. It's that I forget he exists. Like if you're like, who's the quarterback for the Vikings? Is it, oh, that guy, like he just doesn't stand out to me, but he's got a great team around him. And like you said, a new coach. There's just no way I cannot play the Vikings this week. The Eagles don't cover against the Lions. The Vikings most definitely cover against the Packers. And that's just the way I'm going to play this one. I'm going to have them in a teaser, also a 6-point teaser. So I'll get them up to an 8, which I like also. So that is the way we're going to do that one. So I completely support your decision here, Jesse. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, everybody, if you're looking for Jesse, head over to picksandparlays.net. Use that promo code NFL and save yourself 20% at checkout. Thanks for stopping by the Power Hour, Jesse. We do appreciate it. I'll see you again next week.
You bet.
All right, all right. So everybody, let's not forget to like and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. Now we are moving right on along into Mr. Sean Higgs. What's happening, Higgs, from winning free picks?
Not much. Not much. A little college football on the horizon again. Wow,
Yep.
who knew? It's football season.
Ayo, it's starting to smell like it and feel like it out there. You know, the weather's cooling down. The all the tortilla chips are on sale when you go to the store. You just know that it's football season now, you know.
Giant soda stacks that
Mhm.
say NFL
Yes,
cases of
huge
soda.
pyramids of beer, you know, cases of beer in the supermarket. Yes, so that's what season we're in: beer drinking, tortilla eating, chip eating season. Okay, so let's talk Miami and Texas A&M. We got A&M -5.5. The total's 44.5. What are we talking about here, Higgy?
Yeah. Well, somebody's going to make a little statement here, right? We think
Mhm.
Miami. I'm a Miami guy. You can see I like my old school U.
For
Are they
you.
back? Is A&M down? I mean, this is a real interesting battle. First of all, you have an A&M team, right? Top 5 team, much like Notre Dame, right? It's supposed to be a top 5 team, losing outright
Mhm.
to a team that probably should have beat by 20. This 5.5 looks like, wow, you just take Miami, right? But
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to go under the total here for one, because Miami,
nice.
they struggled a little bit last week. But what they're going to do, they're going to run the ball, and that's going to burn the clock. And A&M, as much as they bring in a bunch of talent, and right, they had what, the best class, right? Better than Bama, right? There was a lot of back and forth with those guys this
Right.
summer. Still no quarterback play. Quarterback play is horrendous. Horrendous for him. I mean, Appalachian State held the ball for 42 minutes last week.
That's
So Miami's going to say, you know what? All right. I mean, Cristobal, new guy, a lot of hype. I get it. This isn't going to be like a high flying unit. I think they're going to come in there and be like, let's pound it. Let's try to win ugly. 23-20, 19-17. I don't see a lot of points. I mean, I want to take Miami. I would have much rather have A&M win big and look comfortable, and then Miami maybe get a couple more points, as opposed to A&M's really up against it, because you're not making the playoffs with 2 losses. It's the old right rally around the coach, whatever the case may be. You lose like that. That's a bad. They might have thought, hey, talent wise, we'll win late or something. Who cares?
right.
That's out the window now. Now you got to take everything 100%, no matter who the opponent is. But again, they'll bring some defense. Miami, I'm still not sold on them. Long way to go to get back to those good Kane teams. So give me the under here.
Yeah, Ross Benjamin, I call it the law of Ross Benjamin. He says, whenever you can find a 5.5 point dog, take the dog. But I don't feel comfortable in this situation either. So I think the total
They're
is the way to go here. And the way that both of these teams have been performing, we're going to take it under
Yeah,
the
the Canes can't
44.5.
beat ranked teams. They can't beat good ranked teams.
Yeah.
They're not back. No.
It's rough. It's rough. Sean Higgs, you are number 3 over at picksandparlays.net on our hottest cappers list. You're up over $650 so far for the week. If you guys are looking for Higgs premium plays, head to picksandparlays.net and use the promo code NFL. It's going to save you 20% off whatever you buy from Higgs. Also, I'm going to need everybody to like and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications right now. Right now, do it. Okay, up next, we're going to talk some NFL. We've got the Seahawks and the Niners here. I watched both of these games. I don't want to overreact, but I'm totally going to. Okay, just so everyone freaking knows what I'm about to do. Now, we do know, breaking news, Jamal Adams out. He tore his quadricep, season-ending injury. I watched that happen. It looked gruesome. So Seahawks are -8 or +8.5 here. It's opened at a 10 though, right? Before that win against the
Yes.
Broncos on Monday night. Total on this one's 41. I'm so high on the Seahawks, I can't stand it. But I used to live in Seattle and I really like that team. What do you think, Higgs? Am I crazy?
Well, you know, I watched a little bit of both these games. I had the
Mhm.
Bears. I had Seattle. If you had, 10-3 in NFL week 1, not too bad. And Seattle in the under, we liked in the little midday money show there. And I took Seattle +10. I got them a +9. Again, before the Monday night game, because I thought Seattle's it'll be a battle, right? They had
Mhm.
all summer to get ready to face their nemesis who left them high and dry.
Right.
And now everybody's going to kind of be like, wow, they looked good. And this is a bad spot to take Seattle. I'm still taking them because you
Yeah.
got the Monday night. It's a short week, emotional game, right? Okay, you got a division
Not a
opponent.
ton of travel though, so there's
No,
that.
Yeah, but still short week. And then just the whole emotion of we beat our old guy. As much as this is a division game, big rival, you just played your old quarterback and you won in heart-stopping fashion. Like who thought that, we thought it would come down to a last-second play, but you figured Denver would pull it out. But that's another show. We talk about the ending of that game. And Trey Lance, you give him a little flyer because bad weather. I get it. Who's going to perform well in that? I still look at him as a rookie quarterback. He shouldn't have been laying points on the road. 8.5 might as well be 10. How are they winning by double digits here? I know Seattle's defense is not great. I know it's an emotional letdown and it could be flat. I don't know. I think they might be a little pumped up. And again, it's Lance laying basically 10 points because what's at 9? What's it going to be? 9-0. Like I don't see it something like that where it's a 9-point win. It's going to be a 10-point win or within the number. So again, no Adams were hurt. They do have Samuel. They got wide receivers, but they're banged up behind. Running backs are banged up. Kittle didn't play last week, and it's Lance. I do not trust Lance. No. I'll take the points. Gino, you knew they're going to adjust. The guy wasn't going to be perfect. Was he 17, 18 in the first half? You knew the adjustment was coming. That's fine. But I'll take Penny pounding a rock, and I heard it might be some bad weather this weekend in San Fran. So who knows? Another ugly game? Dog it up, baby. Let's go.
I think Lenny said he thought this would be like a 6-3 game, and just take the points on this one, and that's the way to play it. Yeah. So I agree. I'm high on Seattle. I will be high on Seattle. I root for them anyway, and I'm the same. I can't get behind Trey Lance. I don't get it. I don't see it. I'm not a hardcore football junkie like a lot of you guys are. But like just from my own public perspective, I don't see it, Trey. So show it to me if you're going to show it to me. But do it in the next game when you're not playing my Seahawks.
Jimmy G in 3 more weeks will be quarterback in this team. When they got one win.
6, we're going to see the G. We're going to see the gooch. All right. So that's what we're doing. Seattle plus 8.5. People, head over to picksandparlays.net. Sean Higgs was 5-0 in the Circa Million contest. He was 10-3 in the NFL week 1. So check him out. NFL is going to save you 20% off whatever premium plays you buy from Sean Higgs. Also, everybody, like and subscribe. Ring that bell for notifications. We've got one more to go over with. No, we don't. It'd be super cool if this was more organized for me. Okie doke. Cameron Ross is coming in the show today. We're going to talk some. I'm like, I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go do something else. It's just that kind of day, Cam. Just that kind of day. All right. So we got Pitt minus 10 at Western Michigan. The total on this one's a 47.5. What do you got going on here? And you're muted. So there's that.
Both teams come into this game 1-1 on the year. They both had a game where they looked good and a game where they looked bad. Pitt beat West Virginia in week 1, and then they fell to Tennessee last week in overtime. Western Michigan got smacked by Michigan State, and then they beat Ball State. I really like Pitt here, even on the road. Pitt was a top-tier team in the ACC last year. They're still ranked, and if they're going to make a move to get up higher, they're not going to make the playoffs. That's out. It's already out. It's right for them, but it's already out. I don't think anybody from the ACC is going to make the playoffs. But Pitt has to make their move now if they want to get into bigger bowl games, if they want to have a chance at the prestigious, like a New Year's Six type thing. I think Pitt's going to control this game. Pitt has a pretty good defense. They have the better athletes. They have the deeper team. They have the more talented team. I think Pitt is pissed. They lost that game last week. They had a lot of chances to win that game. Yeah, they should have won that game, and I think they're going to take it out on Western Michigan and get their second win of the year by probably a couple of touchdowns at least to cover this 10-point number.
Do you have, my thing is 70% of the cash is on Pitt and the line's just sticking at that 10. So that kind of makes me nervous. Do you have any feelings on the total? Because it's been a huge move to the under from 55.5 to a 47 with 64% of the cash on the under. Any feelings on that? Has it gone too far down and now we just take it over, or are you just laying off the total entirely?
I'm going to stay off the total entirely. These two teams are both 1-1. But 3 out of the 4 games have busted 60 points and pushed 70 points, have pushed 70 points twice. So that under is quite strange.
Yeah.
Both teams are giving up 32 a game. Pitt's scoring 32 a game. So it's weird to me too. And stuff like that, I don't like it. I don't like those numbers are weird looking to me, and I just don't like it. So I'm just gonna stick with the side and go with that.
That's just it, like pushing 70 and it's down to a 47. It's very, very fishy to me. Very fishy. People stay off of that total. We're going to play Pitt minus the 10. If you're looking for Cam Ross's best bets, he's hitting about 75% right now. So he's making some money himself. Head over to picksandparlays.net and use the promo code NFL to save you 20% off of Cam's best bets. Also, everyone, let's like and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. We're moving into an NFL two-team parlay with Cameron Ross. Cam, I'm excited about this one. We're talking the Patriots -2 at the Steelers. The total on this one is 40. Steelers and Vikings were my best bets of last week. So I'm a Steelers fan. I'm excited to see where they're going. And you're giving me 2 points at home. I kind of want to be on the Steelers. Who are you on?
Oh, I'm taking the points. For sure, I'm taking the points. Me and Lenny actually talked about this a little earlier. I'm taking the points, and I hope somehow it goes up. I don't think it's going to go up. I actually think it's going to go down. It's probably going to be closer to a pick 'em come game time because I think people are going to be on the Steelers. Najee Harris has a foot issue. I still think he's going to play. I do still think he'll play, but I think that has a big deal with the line. TJ Watt, he's on IR. But both teams, through week 1 are beat to hell already. Mac Jones is even questionable for this game. Nope. He's going to play, but he's having a back issue, and Mac Jones was one of the abundance of quarterbacks that looked terrible to start their sophomore year. And going into Pitt does not like New England. They've never liked New England, and Pitt's not bad. They have their quarterback battle. They have several legit quarterbacks that may see time in this game. They may not. They may just ride the starter.
Right.
But I think Pitt's going to win this game. So I'm for sure going to take the points, and I would get them the points as soon as you can. Yes, I think Pitt's going to win the game. And
the money line.
2-0. I think they're going to mess with Mac Jones. I think they're going to bother him. If I'm a coach that knows a quarterback has a back issue, I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not trying to end a career, but I'm going to try to touch him. I'm going to try to touch him up. I'm going to try to bother him. I'm at least going to make him think I'm going to touch him. And
I'm not touching you. I'm not.
Exactly.
They're going to bother him. They're going to bug the crap out of him.
I'm just going to bug him, and first chance I get, hit him. If he scrambles, hit him. Again, not trying to hurt anybody, not trying to end a career, but trying to win a ball game. So, touch him up, bother him, make him uncomfortable. And
who is Mac Jones' backup? Because like you were saying, Steelers have depth in the quarterback position. Who's Mac Jones got if he does get bothered or put down?
It's either Bailey Zapp or Brian Hoyer. Most likely it's going to be Brian Hoyer. I'm pretty sure Brian Hoyer is the backup because he's the old.
Speaking as a Houston Texans fan, Brian Hoyer's not the guy. Just so you all know.
But neither is Zapp. Hoyer is older.
Yeah.
And Zapp played a lot in the preseason, and there were some stretches where it looked like he didn't know if he was right-handed or left-handed. So,
you should have figured that out by now.
As far as who's his backup, it's not good. They don't have the depth at the spot like the Steelers do, to put it like that. It's an issue.
No good.
He's gone.
All right, so second game. So the Dolphins are who beat the Patriots. Ravens they're at the Ravens -3.5. They looked real good as well. The total on this one's 44.5. This is the second leg of our two-team parlay. What do you got here?
Baltimore. Baltimore. And same thing with these two teams. After 1 week, these guys are beat up. J.K. Dobbins is probably the biggest factor for Baltimore that's on the injured reserve. I think he's going to play. But Baltimore's offense was a smoke show. Lamar looks to be in midseason form. He's playing hard. Even though he didn't get his deal, he's playing hard. He's playing well. He wants to win. But the Ravens' defense was stellar. And I know the Dolphins beat the Patriots, but the Dolphins the Patriots defense isn't like what Miami's going to see this week. And,
Right.
Baltimore at home, it's their first home game of the season, so it's opening day for them. It's going to be loud. It's going to be busy. The whole city's going to be there. I think the Ravens are going to pull away early and control this game throughout as they're going to coast to a 2-0 record.
All right, so that is your two-team NFL parlay from Cameron Ross. We are going to roll with the Steelers plus the points and the Ravens minus a couple points. I like this in a teaser as well. I know people tell you not to tease through zero, but I don't care. I'm not afraid. I do it all the time. That's your two-team NFL parlay from Cam Ross. Check him out over at picksandparlays.net. Use the promo code NFL to save yourself 20% off the entire site. We've got one more game to talk about, but first, everyone needs to like and subscribe. Ring that bell for notifications. We're talking Cardinals at the Raiders. I thought I was high on the Raiders, and then I saw them play the Chargers. I knew I wasn't high on the Cardinals one single bit, and I was right after watching them play the Chiefs, but now they played together. Cardinals at Raiders. Las Vegas minus 5.5. The total's 51.5. How are we looking at this one, Cam?
Yeah, I'm not at all high on the Cardinals, and I hate to beat a dead horse and point out the flaws, but Kyler Murray looked real deal lost more often than not. Like he didn't understand what was happening, didn't know what was going on. And the Raiders, they played a really good team, and this week they're playing not a good team. And I am still pretty high on the Raiders. I like the Raiders, and I think the Raiders are going to control this game because just like I just said with Baltimore, first home game, opening night, and we know for sure that stadium's going to be loud.
Yeah,
it's loud. It's going to be mean. It's going to be going. And I like the Raiders. I like the Raiders in the bounce back spot. It's more so because I'm not a fan of Kyler. Kyler struggles no matter what he says about studying tape and understanding this and understanding that. It shows game after game. He doesn't see stuff. He doesn't realize stuff. And it's too late, and it puts them in a bad spot. So I'm going to take the Raiders to win handily as they open their season at home and get the cover to get their first win of the season.
Yeah, maybe Kyler just needs like extra independent study time. Maybe he just needs a little bit more. Maybe a tutor after school or something. I'm excited to see what Carr and Adams do in their home opener. This is kind of like the homecoming of Devontae Adams, his first real show in front of our fans, and I'm thrilled about it. They looked good. They couldn't quite get it done, but I'm with you. And this line started at a 2.5. Raiders minus 2.5. It's all the way up to a 5.5. So you definitely missed your number on this one, but that's the way the money is flowing. Vegas is thinking the Raiders do the same thing that Cam does. So check out Cameron Ross over at picksandparlays.net. Find those premium plays. Use the promo code NFL and save yourself 20% off whatever's in your cart at checkout. Until then, we're rolling with those Raiders minus 5.5 when they take on the Cardinals in their home opener on Sunday night. All right, everybody, like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and join us on the NFL Power Hour every Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern right here on the Picks and Parlays channel and the Max Wagers Network.